the best players in Europe, and now we are going into the finals. Then again, Naama is also it's so hard to say Naama.
It's going to be a mistake-filled cast. We're going to mess up a lot. We might just grunt and say Terran and Protoss.
And Naama has also beaten Top. He's beaten Servant. He's beaten Dark Force. Both players have had a hard road to the finals, but now we are down to the final two, and this is the grand finals.
Now I must ask, is there any reason left to delay? Are we allowed to go directly into game one?
I say yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the first game ever at the DSL, the DreamHack SteelSeries LAN, between Naama and MaNa.
Your host.
And the game is now starting. Now let us do this one at a time. If you would like the Terran player Naama to win, give a cheer for Naama!
And if you would like Mouse Naama to win as the Protoss player, please make some noise for him.
And we are almost loaded into game one. Come on, little computer, don't make us wait. There we are. Game one between these two phenomenal players. We have MaNa at the left position as the red Protoss in the north. We have Naama as the blue Terran. And it looks like Naama can hear us. We're just going to pretend that his English isn't very good and just continue with the commentary.
Maybe if we speak really fast, you won't quite understand what we say. MaNa's telling him to turn up the music.
To which Naama says, Okaz.
Okaz, Swedish keyboard.
All right, fantastic. The crowd is loving it thus far. It looks like Naama is going to make a pause. And you know what? I have deep respect for players in the Starcraft community because of how honorable they are. A lot of times, in many other circumstances, players would just use that to their advantage. But no, Naama wants us to know that he will not take any unfair advantage in this series.
Both players being from the same team, utmost respect for each other, although that will not deteriorate their anger to each other within the game. They will want to take down first place. Each of them nerd killing each other. 100,000 krona.
Yes, that is my favorite part about the prize pool, that the currency is the funnest to say of all currencies. It is the kroners.
The kroners.
There's 100,000 of the kroners on the line.
And that's a lot of money. How much exactly is that in dollars?
14,000 and change in U.S. American dollars. I mean, seriously, there is a lot on the line. One of the largest prize pools for any tournament. Big shout out to SteelSeries for helping to make this tournament possible.
It is actually the largest prize pool outside of Korea that any tournament has seen, as you said. Thank you, SteelSeries.
Yes, SteelSeries.
And what better place for this tournament final to be in Sweden, DreamHack, with this amazing arena. Oh my God, it's so big.
Yeah, and for any of you who are in the mood for some SteelSeries gear, you can get some after the finals. We will have a raffle and be throwing boxes full of fantastic stuff at everyone who does want to stay for that raffle. In the meantime, it looks like MaNa encouraging everyone to have fun once again and throwing a pylon down at the back of his base.
And this is trademark from MaNa. We've seen it throughout the entire series, especially when he played against Phoenix. He loves to wall off, as you've stated many times. He puts the pylon here, the gateway, a Cybernate's core, along with his simulator, and then later on the robotics facility will be there to completely wall off this area.
A lot of times you'll see players throw structures down in seemingly random locations, but as we've gotten to see them play again and again and again, we've seen how meticulous and repetitive this is. This is the exact placement MaNa has used in every Protoss game when he has spawned in that position, and now he is approaching the Xel'Naga Watchtower, and shortly he will see that his, oh no, he's scouting in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think the reason why he did this is because usually you see a lot of players scout a little bit earlier than this, and he is going to go, he's using the Xel'Naga towers to see if he can exactly see where the SCV is coming from. He doesn't see it, so he's going to move up here. The interesting thing is, which way will he scout after coming on this right-hand side of the base?
We do see MaNa has finished. The gas guys are immediately pumping probes into that assimilator. The gateway is now finished. Pylon en route. Meanwhile, in Naama's base, his barracks is finished. And again, uncharacteristic, he still is getting that SCV instead of the fast orbital command.
I wonder why the choice is that. A lot of players do like to get it one SCV shorter than that, get the orbital command up, and we are going to see one Marine pumped out. Is he going to go for the tech lab? We've seen that a couple of times. Yes, he does put the tech lab down, And now, look, he is moving with the probe. He realizes where his opponent is. It is going directly straight up. Will the Marine be able to intercept it, though?
And it looks like, oh no, Naama cutting hard to the left. Oh, the probe's going to get the free scout. And it looks like a very unusual bunker contained by Naama. We haven't seen this in a very long time. It looks like MaNa is not going to be able to spot it in the slightest. We now see that that barracks has finished. He can begin making Marauders, but no, instead favoring more Marines. The probe deciding to go ahead and take a few kills himself. And oh, ooh, Naama hates probes.
And then the Marine is on the way. The shells are out next, so I think what he wants to do, he's going to have to repair this, and the Zealot will come off. The second Marine should be on its way now. It is going to go into the bunker, and look, he's trying to slowly advance forward with these bunkers. Forces a cancel, but he's doing a lot of damage to the Zealot. The second Marine on the way, and I'm sure we are going to see a Marauder, and if he can get the Marauder down there, that's going to be extremely hard for him to defend this.
He's not paying attention to the Marine. It could possibly get taken out. No, it looks like he does retreat in time, and now the SCV is running to the far side. It does look like MaNa is just going to walk right past. Oh no, he will be able to take out that last Marine. The Marine is going to fall, and it looks like Naama, his little contain is not going to work. He will unload the Marine and go ahead and try to just hero it up. The Lone Star Marine is going to, He does win the probe versus one.
He does, and he's going to take down, is he going to get that other one? Yes, he gets 2 probes from that, and now MaNa is cutting off any reinforcements, though he has to be super careful because these 2 Marauders that are advancing down now have the Congressional shells, so they are going to be as slow and take out the Stalker and Zealot quite easily.
In the meantime, MaNa is actually messing up his building placement a little bit. This is not as neat as it has been in the other games, but he's not used to this kind of pressure, and here's the crunch from MaNa, gonna blast in from both sides, trying to rearrange, picking off that one SCV. The Zealot might going back to try to keep alive, but here come 2 Marauders.
And this is going to be pretty cool. He's got his dodge send, his Zealot hits. One Stalker goes down. Will he be able to get the other one? The Zealot about to go down, the bunker in flames. And was he going to get this extra Stalker? Oh, he gets the Stalker as well. Very nice play by Naama, putting MaNa under a lot of pressure.
And then Naama is now salvaging the bunker, getting all of that extra minerals back. Very nice defense by MaNa. There's the extra refinery going down, and Naama is now transitioning into his usual tank-heavy play, getting this factory down as quickly as possible.
And I love this style by Naama, and especially because after the interview here, MaNa was actually feeling a little bit nervous playing in front of this crowd, and when you put an aggressive build into a player that is feeling nervous, you can create so many mistakes from him.
And especially with an awesome crowd like this, you guys cheer every 5 seconds. Thank you so much for your enthusiasm.
And now a defensive bunker is being made in the base of Naama. What are we seeing though coming from him? We have the factory with the tech lab gone down. Also a very early engineering bay. This could be an early +1 upgrade.
Oh, it looks like that probe getting a kill.
That's revenge, man. He's revenging his 2 brother probes that died to that 1 Marine.
And that other probe that got smashed up here on the mineral field. Either way, it looks like we do see the siege tank coming up. Now notice Naama, who usually is a very methodical player, plays long-term games, loves extending the game on until he has lots and lots of tanks. Instead is doing a heavy 1 base play, 3 barracks, 1 factory, 1 starport. Naama wants to go for a quick win.
Oh, and here he's trying to hide. He's got to try and kill this SCV before it sees the probe. I don't think it sees the probe at all. And now MaNa will continue to build this Nexus. And he's got to be careful though, because this 1 base heavy play could directly counter this Nexus if he doesn't defend this well. But on the other hand, as we saw previously against MaNa versus Soccer, he has got great defense against forward aggression.
Absolutely. We do see that bunker is down, the missile turret going up. Naama really does not want to lose this game early on, having a complete lockdown defense. The starport is finished, a medevac coming out right now. The more tanks continuing, the siege mode is up, and this Zell Naga watchtower is going to be so key. If Naama can siege tanks up there, he will completely shut down this Protoss.
Oh no, that was what the turret was there for, to try and catch the observer off. He doesn't quite get it, and now he sees everything. MaNa is going to try and push out. Actually, no, he's going to go back into his base. The thing with all the barracks, none of them actually have any tech labs, so we don't see any upgrades coming from any of the infantry.
And it looks like MaNa is playing as defensively as possible, has the Stalkers and the Observers in all those mineral patches. Something certainly died very easily there. MaNa now continuing to mass up gateway units and getting a lot of Immortals. But little does he know, Naama is having a Marine-heavy composition.
And loses this Marine in the middle of the map. I wonder what Naama is trying to think what to do. Will he be going for an expansion here? He kind of seems like he might want to, the way he's siege tank out here. but I don't know. Is he going to be bringing down an SCV? I don't think so, because he's just built another supply depot. Look at the production tab. Another Medivac is in the making of 4 more Marines.
This is actually very clever mind games by Naama, getting a tech lab at the starport, not making any banshees, sieging everything out the front, not taking an expansion. He is gearing everything up for this push, and it looks like these two players will meet in the middle.
And he's got to be careful. One still gets on the shield. It's a nice force field, and this tank is in a great position, and all these units are taking a lot of damage day 9.
And it looks like the original plan of the force fields was to cut those units off, but the siege tanks are now hiding behind them. MaNa is in a full-out retreat, but he does have the Immortals up. He can pound through those tanks if he gets in a good angle, but Naama being very methodical, trying to inch his way forward.
Yeah, he's going to move back, try to draw these units into the tank fire. This Zealot goes down instantly, and he's going to take no. This Zealot's got to be so careful. He moves back once more, and these tanks are slowly moving more forward towards this Vexus.
Huge pressure by Naama, who is ordinarily a long-term game player, going for the short win. Now darting in. There's the scan. He's going before. Siege tanks were not sieged. The Immortals are darting up, target firing. He does pick off one tank, but the Marines are doing big damage. This one Immortal cannot get through. It is stuck. Target fires the Immortal, and he takes it out.
And SCV reinforcements are here to help with the tank healing, and now he's trying to push with all these SCVs. It looks like he wants to win this right now, but MaNa has great defense.
Oh no, an Immortal! He is not working! Go into the battle, Immortal! MaNa does not have it in the front, and now the bunker is being constructed. This is a terrible situation. No probes are even mining at all.
And now he's going to start losing siege. All the probes have been pulled off now. He's trying to defend this.
And it looks like he's starting forward, picking off the Marauders one at a time. This Immortal is now joining into the fray, but it cannot get up to those siege tanks, and Naama does hold!
Oh my god, he's holding this, but there are too many Marines, and these Medivacs are crucial. They're healing all these, and he's slowly pushing forward with these bunkers. The tanks behind them, one more push. Can he defend this? Oh, he just so can't, and he's not even mining from this Nexus. He's in a pretty bad position.
And it looks like MaNa has sacrificed the Nexus. The expansion will fall.
And now he's got this solid containment, and it's going to be extremely hard to break out of this. Even though he has 2 Immortals here, these bunkers are going to be so hard to break, especially with all these SCVs. They can just continue to repair them. He might even wall him inside his own base.
Yeah, now one thing to note, what's very dangerous about what Naama is doing, he's building a sensor tower outside of his front door just to make sure that nothing else tries to sneak through. The one thing that's dangerous about Naama's play is look at his mineral count is running very low in his main. Naama has no additional bases. If MaNa can hold off long enough, he might be able to counter and win.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a pressure build. Oh no, he's actually going to slowly edge his way into the base. He's got to be careful though, because a couple of tanks don't have range into the base. But MaNa has to do something about this, because the longer the game goes on, he's going to run out of minerals in his main. But how is he going to do this? And this could be cool, because all the siege tanks are unsieged.
Uh-oh, moving forward. The Marines were too far back, getting split up by the force field. Another key force field cutting these units off at the left side, but there are just too many Marines. Naama has a total stranglehold on this force, but it looks like MaNa is still trying to break through. No, he does not break the contain.
And he doesn't break the contain. There are only 3 Stalkers left inside
And
the base.
Good
GG!
game! And that is a very comfortable position for Naama. He comes out to an early 1-0 lead. There are the admins getting him ready for the next map. I think that was a brilliant, brilliant aggressive play by Naama.
The execution of that push was fantastic. Knew exactly that has come from the training grounds and all the custom games. He's been practicing, ready for this final. He comes in, knows exactly what to do. He had a plan from start to finish and just annihilated MaNa. And really, that is going to hurt the nerves of MaNa going into the next couple of games. As he said on stage, he was already nervous going into this. And can he hold the nerves and continue and pull out of this?
And that's one thing to note about Naama. In the semifinals against the Korean Pro OGS top, Naama was shaky in game 1, made some poor decisions, and then buckled down and focused and crushed in the next 2 games. And then here he is coming up with a win. So that is a lot of momentum on his side.
The next map we are going to be going into is Scrap Station, which is going to be extremely interesting to see. Are we going to see some Banshee play? Obviously, we've seen a lot of that throughout the entire tournament. There's been a lot of mistakes from Protoss players where they like to go for 4 warp gates and then they get caught off guard by a cloaked Banshee, losing all their probes. And at the same time, how Terran players are that smart, they have a couple of bunkers on the ramp to stop any counterattack, and the Protoss is in trouble. And hopefully, MaNa's learned from mistakes of other players throughout this tournament, and we'll probably expect to see some kind of 2 or 3 warp